All right, so welcome to our new video about music school. In this video, I'm going to show you about our new module to manage your music institute or your music school. So once you install our module, you're going to have an icon like this. You click it and you land immediately on the student's dashboard. We have designed this simple view to show you all of the students with some basic information like student name and the gender and language, email, contact details, something like that. So it also shows you the number of lessons that this student is attending to. So all you have to do is to click on the lessons, and you can see the timetable of this student. So you can see that this guy is subscribed to the guitar, piano, drum, and violin. You can see the timetable in a week, you can see it in a month, or you can see it even across a day. And if you want a simple list view for all of the lessons, you can just see it like this. And here we can see that the student was present in these lessons. Obviously, he was always present, except few lessons on drum where he was absent. So you can group by lesson, or you can group by the service, like what classes he's attending to. And for example, he has 8 piano classes and he attended like 4 or 5 of them. You can also see this nice Kanban view where it shows you his attendance to lessons grouped by class. So we can see that he was absent on 2 drum trainings, but he was almost present on all remaining. So that's a very nice way of seeing students their attendance. So now we go to classes. We can see this nice dashboard for all of the classes you have in the institute. For example, guitar training, drum training, vocal, violin, piano. And if you click on the number of lessons, it takes you directly to the lessons attached with that class. You can see the state, like started, draft, and you can also click on this white area and you can see the details of the class. You can see the students, the available spaces, the service, the instrument if you assign any instrument, and you can see all of the lessons that were generated. So let's go ahead and create a new class for kids, drum training for kids. We have a drum, but that could be for adults. Now let's create one for kids. So we're going to go ahead and click on create, and I will call it the drum class for kids. And all I have to do is to select the beginning date of the course, let's say from 1st of Feb, and the beginning time of the class. Let's say I want it to start at 6 o'clock, exactly 6, and I want to finish this entire course by end of the month, and the class will finish, let's spend 2 hours, so that should finish at 20 0 0 0 0, and that's going to be a drum service. And the instrument, do we have a drum? Yes, that's a drum. And I will decide who will teach this class. So the instructor will be Beth. And where's the location? You can define as many locations as you want. This is just for test. Available spaces, let's say 10. Now I'll click on save, and you can see that we have created a new drum class for kids. Now let's go ahead and add the lessons for this course. So I'll click on add lessons. For that I need to decide who are the students. So let's select all the students we have here and save. And by the way, I just wanted to mention that we can define the repetitions. So in this case we have selected daily, but you can also select weekly. So then you can say, okay, I want classes on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So 3 classes a week from the beginning until the end of February. And you can click on save. But before that, I also should show you the monthly option, which is here. So if your frequency is not weekly, it's not daily, could be monthly, and here you can add the specific days of the month. Let's take the example of weekly and click on save. And now we will click on add lessons and we'll select the students, click on save, and then now we'll add the lessons. And here you can see the students now showing, and you can see that since we selected 3 classes a week, it has added automatically all the corresponding lessons, and they're all in draft. So they all start at 6, finish at 8, and on these dates. So 1, 4, 6, 8, 11, 13 across the month. Alright, now let's go ahead and start the class. And you can see the change of status here to started. Now we go to lessons. Let's take an example of one lesson that we would like to start. So since we have a lot of lessons, I can group by the class. And as you can see here, we created a drum class for kids. We have 12 lessons during the month of February that we selected. So we can go ahead and select any lesson from the list. You can see it's in draft. Now I will start the lesson. Once I start the lesson, the system will automatically pick all the students. Okay. By the way, you can remove students. If someone decided to withdraw, you can just click on edit and remove. But now that it's started, I cannot remove the students because the lesson already started. Even before starting, I can change the instrument if it was having a problem. If we have 2 drums, for example, so I can change. I can change the teacher. If the teacher was absent, we decided to replace Beth with another teacher. You can see all of these options if the lesson was in draft mode. Now that we have started the lesson, the system will automatically mark all of these students as present unless you select otherwise. So, for example, you can take Tom and say Tom did not come. So you can see he's marked as absent and his name now is in red. I can go ahead and click save. And we can see that Tom is marked as absent. Now I'll go ahead and complete the lesson. Completed. Now if I click edit, I cannot change the attendance of any of these students. Okay, so it's as simple as that. We go back to lessons and we can see now it's completed. The state has changed. Let me show you the other menu items. So now if we go to human resource, you can see 2 menu items. One is employees, one is teachers. So some of your employees are teachers, some of them are not. They're secretaries or admins or cleaners. You can see a flag here in the teacher master is a teacher. So if Anita is a teacher, this checkbox should be ticked, and that's how we filter. Now we go ahead and click on services. These are the services that you are providing to your students. So here you decide your pricing. You can see that the sale price here is 14. You can change it anytime you want. That's a service. Let's say I'm going to charge 100. Okay, that will affect invoicing later on. I will explain that. So here are all the services you provide to your students. And attendance, I think that is an important part. So here you can see the attendance of all of your students across different classes. And that's why you can group by lesson, by instructor, or by class. So let's go ahead and group by class. This is the drum class that we have selected. And you can see, if you remember, we had 4 students present, or 3 present and 1 absent. We can see it in this nice Kanban view. So now we can scroll down to drum class for kids, and you can see that Tom is marked as absent in red. And the remaining lessons have not started yet, so that's why you will not see any mark. So that's a very nice way of seeing things. You also have the chance of getting a comprehensive report through a pivot table. Whereas, for example, you can filter and you can select, okay, I want all the lessons that are completed. And that's why you see the drum class for kids. And here you can filter the attendance and say, okay, now I have 3 people who were present and 1 was absent. You can easily export that to an Excel sheet. And you can have this nice business intelligence view to see things in a graphical way. So now that we finished attendance, let's talk about instruments. It's a comprehensive database for all of the instruments that you use inside your institute. So for example, we have an acoustic drum, and you can see all of the product information like model number, serial number, how much was the cost, the warranty, and we can see any maintenance activities here on the drum. For example, we can see here that there has been 1 request that the battery drains fast. So that's also a nice way to track any maintenance activities on your instruments. You can see all of the instruments here. You can also see it in a tree view. And now let's look at reporting. Here we can have a report of attendance. Let's select beginning of the month until end for both started and completed lessons. And let's select all of the classes. If we click on print, now we can see this nice report that shows me all the classes, like piano, and it shows me all of the students and their attendance across the days. If the student was present, you will see a P with a green, and as you can see here, if the student was absent, you will see A. If you remember, we had Tom in the drum class for kids was absent, so that's why you can see A here, and the remaining 3 students were present. So this is a very nice report that you can also export to a PDF and send to the parents of your students or to your management. So thank you for watching this video. If you have questions, you can drop us an email on sales@inteslar.com. Else you can also visit the website and check our other solutions. Thank you for watching.